A small craft on Lake Ontario sends out a distress signal. The coordinates of the boat in trouble are 23,3, which is this point here on the coordinate plane. The Coast Guard's Moonlight 2 rescue boat is at the coordinates 15, -18, this point. And the Coast Guard's Moonlight 4 is at the coordinates -6, 1, this point here. Which Coast Guard boat is closer to the distressed craft? To answer the question, we need to find the distance from boat 4 to the distressed boat, this distance here, as well as the distance from boat 2 to the distressed boat, this distance here. To keep things organized, let's call this distance d sub 2. We'll call this distance d sub 4. And looking at the distance formula shown below, let's label the coordinates of the points. Let's label the distressed boat coordinates x sub 2, y sub 2. And let's call the rescue boats coordinates x sub 1, y sub 1. Let's begin by determining the distance d sub 2. D sub 2 is equal to the square root of the quantity x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared, which is going to be 23 minus 15 squared, and then plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, which is 3 minus -18 squared. And now let's simplify inside the parentheses. 23 minus 15 is 8, giving us 8 squared, plus 3 minus -18 becomes 3 plus 18, which is 21, giving us plus 21 squared. And 8 squared is equal to 64. 21 squared is equal to 441, giving us a distance of the square root of 505 units. Let's also get a decimal approximation for this value. So going to the calculator, the square root of 505 is approximately 22.47. And now let's find d sub 4. D sub 4 is equal to the square root of the quantity. Again, x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared is going to be 23 minus -6 squared. And then we have plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, which is 3 minus 1 squared. Simplifying, 23 minus -6 becomes 23 plus 6, or 29, giving us 29 squared. And then plus 3 minus 1 is 2, giving us plus 2 squared. 29 squared is equal to 841. 2 squared is equal to 4. D sub 4 is equal to the square root of 845. So obviously we can tell that d sub 2 is less than d sub 4, but let's also get the decimal approximation for this distance. The distance is approximately 29.07 units. So because d sub 2 is less than d sub 4, Coast Guard Boat 2 is closer to the distressed craft. I hope you found this helpful.